I'm Priscilla Bledsaw. My sister and I bought the Boots Motel and have been restoring it back to its 1949 glory days. Will this be cash or charge?
Church.
Alrighty. The people who are traveling Route 66 are so nice and they're so friendly, and it just makes it a whole lot of fun. Probably 30% of our guests are international. They're looking to find the friendly Americans. They're not looking for the angry New Yorkers. They wanted to know what the heartland of America is really about. Something that they've seen in movies and read about in books, but that possibly never actually existed. In the 1940s, Bob Boots said that Arthur Boots charged $2.50 a night to keep out the riffraff, because this was a nice motel, and this was a place where people of stature such as Clark Gable would stay.
How are you coming to this camera training film of yours?
Well, it's a little early to tell yet, sir, but we're turning a camera on everything and everybody.
Well, I know what General Arnold had in mind in having you make this gunner a picture. Captain Gable, our gunners are already the best in the business. But if they were only 10% better, it'd cost the Germans another 100 fighters a month.
So fire away, gunners.
When he stayed here was during World War II, and he stayed in room number 6. And so that's our Clark Gable single. The sign that we put out in front was not something we made up because we were terribly clever. It's actually, they actually had a sign out in front that looked just like that said radio in every room, because that was a very high-line kind of thing, you know. I meant you had electricity in the room, for one thing. But souvenir pillows were very, very big as presents. This style of architecture is Art Moderne, what they call a vernacular style building, because it was not architect designed. It was designed by Arthur Boots, who made it up as he went along. And when Arthur Boots built the Boots Court, it was more usual for the rooms to be individual cabins that people would set up for travelers, and so people were used to looking for a cabin at an auto court. So he put the word cabins over the door, even though he didn't really have cabins. What he had was rooms. Rooms with carports, so that you could get out of your car and go into your room in the comfort and safety of a carport without having to deal with the outdoor weather. The Boots is world famous. We have restored it back to 1949, and we try to operate it as if it was 1949. So anything they didn't have in 1949, we don't have. And that's televisions, microwaves, refrigerators, coffee makers, hair dryers. We do have an iron that we'll let you use if you want to, an iron and an ironing board, because we assumed that everybody had one of those, but they weren't provided for guests. In fact, they had just got past the era where guests had to bring their own bedding.